In life, let us not dwell on life's hardships, but as Philippians 4:8 says, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if there's any excellence, if there's anything worthy of praise, think about these things. When we're going through painful times and trials, it's often easy to focus on the negatives, like looking into high school and seeing all the things that could go wrong. But instead, we need to focus on the blessings of God and the good in every situation. I believe that in high school, more than ever, we're going to need to stick to what we have been taught, despite what other students are doing around us, and focus on being people of integrity and character. So thank you, teachers, my amazing parents, and God, for shaping me into the person I am today. Class of 2022, let's go forward from Victor Point, taking what we have been taught, and make a positive difference in the world today. Thank you. Now we're going to hear from our salutatorians.
As I look back on the previous 9 years of our lives and the time spent in Victor Point, I've come to appreciate what the teachers and others have done for my class. Throughout the years, sometimes we only periodically comprehended what the adults at this school have done for us. But as we have spent our last days here, I have come to realize that I should have enjoyed these days instead of always just waiting for the 2:15 bell and to finally be on my way home. Teachers and assistants always did their best to come to school and make it a better place for us. Personally, the 9 years of Victor Point flew by. I clearly remember the first day of kindergarten and hanging desperately to my mom's hand as we walked down the halls to Mrs. Phillips' classroom. Little did I realize that this would be my home for the next 9 years. As I progressed each year, I noticed the care and support that the Victor Point community donated. From teachers to parents to our encouraging principal, or just anyone who takes the time to keep this school rolling. Some of my favorite memories come from volleyball and basketball. These were great times that gave my class an opportunity to bond and keep the Victor Point winning streak alive. As these days come to a close, I can't help but think about the times past. I vividly remember the day before the start of 8th grade and still trying to wrap my head around that I was at this stage in my life. But now at this time, we are ending that chapter to begin another. This year was amazing, and I feel that we should still have another year here. Throughout all the years at Victor Point, we have learned life skills and have been educated above the standard. Overall, we've been pushed to be our best, and the people around us have prepared us for a new part of life. As we all take these future steps past this mark, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
It's not the end, just the end of this chapter, but not the end of the book. As this quote was said by a dear friend, so very wise, intelligent, and caring, it has been engraved into my heart, believing that the next chapter of my life will be amazing. I have been at Victor Point since I was in first grade, and I am blessed I was able to come to one of the best schools in the state and grow in such an amazing community. At the time, I didn't realize it, but now I am forever grateful for the determined teachers, respectful students and classmates, and our amazing one-of-a-kind principal. Victor Point has impacted our lives immensely, bringing me closer to new friends, making everlasting friendships and connections, and has brought great education. Growing to realize how lucky I am, saying my goodbyes is the worst part, because I am leaving my childhood home. This has been a great adventure, and knowing that I have been set up for success, I would say this chapter of my life has been an extraordinary 8 years. I have had many life-lasting memories and experiences, great growing success, and laughs at this small, innovative school. Going from small, ambitious little kids to mature young adults ready for high school is a major leap. The teachers and staff are the best in the state, and they provide the best education fit for each student, giving them personal goals to overcome and the extra push they need to accomplish their goals. These teachers care about their students and treat them like family, which I think is the best quality that creates everlasting friendships and connections. Walking down the hall and seeing all these smiling faces brings me joy, and it will be dearly missed in my life. Our connections throughout this school is incredible, considering we raised $50,000 to fund this outdoor structure we are under right now, but the small projects should be accounted for as well. Parents here come and support at assemblies, capture pictures at track meets and Messy Olympics, and engage their time for their kids along with others to help them succeed. The people here create memories that last a lifetime. Some of my favorite memories include sitting under the cherry blossom tree, creating haikus, singing songs on the bus, getting each other dirty during Messy Olympics, or simply just talking on the monkey bars at recess. These are the times that make me happy to be here and carry me home in a good mood. Having these memories makes this old chapter of my life unforgettable. Leaving now is something unimaginable and makes me anxious for the future, but knowing that I have made my mark in people's lives and hearts creates this joyous feeling for what's to come. This community is one of the best in the state and has set every student up for success. And I thank every teacher for pushing us to do our absolute best in every assignment and activity we do. From the quote I stated earlier, I know that this next chapter may not be better than the first unforgettable one, but I do know that I have been so lucky to make new friends for life, have incredible experiences, and amazing teachers that I will forever cherish and thank. I have never imagined that I would leave, but my time has come. Victor Point will hold a special place in my heart and has been the foundation to come. The next chapter in high school will be scary at first, but I will always remember my wonderful experiences at this beloved school. I would like to thank all of my teachers for believing in me, my parents for seeing my potential, my friends for encouraging me, and for all the amazing memories I've made throughout my life here. Thank you all, and I will miss every individual person that has made me feel like I belong. Thank you. Now we will hear from our class history.
Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Victor Point was an exceptional experience, one that will never leave my memories. This adventure began on the first day of kindergarten. All big journeys begin with small steps. When the 14 of us started here at Victor Point, we thought school was all about seeing who could count to 100 first, who had lost the most teeth, who could say their ABCs. However, after 9 years, we have realized the real purpose for school. It was our teachers and the effort they put into our academic career. Through the years, with the help of many individuals, we have grown and blossomed into who we are today. Kindergarten was by far the easiest year, but one of the most challenging at the same time. The easiest part for me was being able to go home every day at 11 o'clock. The hardest part was all the new faces I met along the way. As we all know, every 6-year-old has their different opinions and ideas. Learning how to make friends and deal with everyone was all a part of our journey. Our class started off as complete strangers, but through the years, we have connected and become the best of friends. Although there have been problems with each other along the way, we always find a way to grow from it and learn from it. As we have grown up, we have faced many challenges, small and big. When we were young, our problems involved the dilemma of not being able to go on the big merry-go-round, but being forced to the little merry-go-round. Soon those problems dissolved and bigger problems evolved. We have learned to cherish every moment with our class and never take it for granted because it may not be there the next day. Instead, be thankful for everything. Through the ups and downs, our teachers were our support systems, and they will continue to be. They not only taught us academic lessons, but life lessons, ones that will stick with us for the rest of our lives.
Nancy Salmeren once said, "Enjoy the journey and embrace the destination when you get there." We have been here at Victor Point for 9 years, and every single year was full of so many adventures and challenges that were all a part of reaching our personal goals. Through the 9 years we have been here, our teachers have taught us in more ways than one. Mrs. Phillips made every single day of kindergarten enjoyable. We thoroughly enjoyed every second, and I know Mrs. Phillips did too, because she gave us the title of the Dream Team. Some of my favorite memories from kindergarten include the endless amounts of music, games, and counting. I remember one of Mrs. Phillips' favorites, Repeat the Cat stories, and she would read them to us almost every day. We'd sing humorous songs and enjoy every minute of our half day of school. From story time on the carpet to Who Took Pete the Cat Home, every day was a great opportunity to enjoy the bliss of being young and carefree. For 3,285 like to thank each and every teacher and staff member who has encouraged us all from day one to be the best possible version of ourselves. As we stand here today, ready for the next season of life, we may be leaving this school physically, but will forever be students of Victor Point School. The lessons and memories learned and had here will never be forgotten and will always be appreciated. Although our Victor Point years have come to an end, our next significant journey has presented itself, and we are ready to enjoy whatever is within this next season. Thank you.
Coming into September of 2014, my classmates and I had mixed emotions about attending our second year of school. But as it turned out, we had a blast and created everlasting moments and friendships. First grade was our first year of full school days, which included a school lunch period, an extra recess, and it was the first year of our amazing principal, Mr. McCarty. He would happily greet us every day on the way to class. We tried to stay cool, but many of us troublemakers couldn't help but crack a smile as he sang uplifting songs throughout the hallways. Our patient teacher, Mrs. Myers, had to deal with plenty of nonsense, such as temper tantrums, disobedience, and, of course, a recess streaker. Yes, a former member of our class pulled down his pants among the frolicking littles, leaving many of us well scarred for life. To this day, I'm not sure how she was able to stay calm and handle our 7-year immaturity, but I will always be thankful for her efforts. However, first grade was full of excitement and adventure too. We took a field trip to Rickreal Dairy and we had the opportunity to welcome 2 new students. Chloe Gehring and Madeline Knighty bumped our class count from a mere 14 students to 16 students, and that seemed to fit into our wild dream team class.
On an ordinary day, you could find us listening to audiobooks, constructing art projects, practicing flashcards, and finger knitting. Some of my highlights for that year were watching middle schoolers battle in Messy Olympics, doing our first Victor Point play, and definitely running trap claps, which were highly anticipated by everyone. I can recall trying to impress the little kids by sprinting, only to detect a colossal side ache, slowing me down to innocently watch them blow by with ease. However, recess from first grade years didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked. I personally remember bolting outside one winter day only to meet the blacktop with a tumble. My once clean skin is scuffed to reveal a ruby red, strawberry-like scrape. I can remember waiting for Mrs. Yarbrough in the office as she proceeded to search for a band-aid. The next minute, my slim body collapsed onto the filing cabinet with a bang. To make it worse, while being seated to calm down my body, it gave one last belch of relief as I vomited on Miss Dixon's hand. Like an unknown author once said, today's moments are tomorrow's memories. And even now, that day has always been a humorous conversation piece I can share with others. The same goes to every pleasant or even embarrassing memory from our younger years, which makes it all the better. Without our first grade year, and most importantly, the guidance and knowledge we received from Mrs. Myers, we would not have been here today, making our 2014-2015 first grade year never to be forgotten. Thank you.
Second grade was an outstanding year filled with fantastic memories. We all enjoyed our time spent with Mrs. Douglas and all loving pirates when we sailed our way through second grade. She taught us several things, including our first musical instruments, the ukuleles. We used these to play some of the most simplest childhood songs. Though it might not have always sounded the best, Mrs. Douglas still stuck with it. Within second grade, we even had some of our first class parties. This included the holidays Thanksgiving and Christmas. We made a basket full of food that the pilgrims ate at the first Thanksgiving. For Christmas, we went to Polar Express, and Mrs. Douglas still tried to convince us that Santa Claus is real. This was also the year some of us were brave enough to step up to be part of a play. We even became our own authors and illustrators by creating our own stories and books. Second grade was a year of great times and experiences that we still look back today. Thank you.
Mick Kremlin once said, "The only time you should ever look back is to see how far you've come." All of my teachers at Victor Point have influenced me greatly, and every class will
she taught us how to write a check. I remember Mrs. Friesen also liked reading us stories, like Because of Winn-Dixie and Charlotte's Web. We had many parties, like when we dressed up in costume for Halloween, and for Christmas we exchanged gifts and wore pajamas to school. You could tell that Mrs. Friesen wanted third grade to be a year to remember, and that she cared for us and wanted the best for us, especially in our academic career. She just strived to teach us life lessons that we would remember well past third grade, and we especially learned to cherish every moment, not realizing how quickly it would go by. I feel so blessed that God brought me, my teachers, and classmates together. I can't describe how much I appreciate and will miss my classmates, and I feel so blessed to have been able to go to this school. It has been a huge part of my life, and I hope everyone coming to Victor Point will love it like I did. This has been an unforgettable journey. Not only has Victor Point encouraged us to give our all and work hard, but to never give up and to persevere. So I'll go into high school only looking back to see how far I've come. Thank you.
Les Brown said, "Review your goals twice in order to be focused on achieving them." Fourth grade was one of my best years in school because that's when I first joined Victor Point. That year, my classmates and I had Miss Carey as our teacher. She taught us about the Oregon Trail, including many other fun games. I remember the game the Oregon Trail. Where we would have to use our resources wisely and make smart decisions fast. I would always laugh when something bad happened to our group because it added suspense. I also remember during lunchtime, we would play telephone or the Pass It On game. This is one of the best times because both girls and boys interacted with one another and enjoyed just being kids. We all were called the Dream Team for our respectful, kind, and responsible attitudes. I remember some of the accomplishments that I wanted to achieve from now and when I'm older, like being better in writing, being able to read a higher level, and exceeding my art. My class and I will remember our fun time in fourth grade and cherish it in our hearts. Miss Carey might not be here at Victor Point with us anymore, but I still thank her for helping me and my fellow classmates and I to having fun and help us with anything we need.
Fifth grade was the year I came to Victor Point. It was scary for a newcomer, but exciting going to a new place. That first day I walked in the classroom, I heard the sound of laughter and the sound of our teacher, Ms. Eastmer, welcoming everyone to fifth grade. She was so excited that she had a new student. She told us we could call her Miss E for short. She was fun, funny, and kind, and she made every subject enjoyable. I remember this one time, while in reading, she made us choose partners and pick a book for the play we were going to practice and perform in front of the littles. Fifth grade was the year I realized how amazing the school was, and I will never forget it. This quote by Roy T. Bennett reminds me to keep moving forward in life. What's done is done, what's gone is gone. One of life lessons is always moving on. It's okay to look back to see how far you've come, but keep moving forward. And that's what I plan to do.
I came to Victor Point our sixth grade year. It was a huge adjustment from attending school in town. We had a smaller class and learned new topics like girls' science. Starting here, we found out there was a lot that my Victor Point teachers could show me. Once I started middle school, my mom and dad helped me out a lot with reteaching and helping me catch up. But it wasn't all work. We had plenty of fun too. Outdoor school was the longest field trip I had ever been on. It was a really fun time being out in nature, spending time with classmates, and learning about science outside of the classroom. In these last 3 years, I've made some really good friends and will always remember my time at Victor Point School.
Dr. Seuss once said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." Our sixth grade year was both a struggle and such a blessing, an endeavor and a joyous season in our lives, taking the first step to change, to challenge, to face our fears, and to learn and grow in a new environment. All of our teachers did the best they could to accommodate us, especially Mr. Timmons, whose ways of teaching are unlike any others. Our lively, exuberant teacher for school. Our class singing songs at the top of our lungs on long bus rides, our competitive spirit sometimes taking over, turning it into a song battle. The remembrance of these moments left unforgotten and cherished. Trips such as outdoor school, the Beavers basketball game, and the symphony that shaped our memories, dreams, goals, who we are now, and who we will be in the future. 2020 was the end of our 6th grade year, and that also brought plenty of struggles that required faith in God, who He was, and who He made us to be. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, "For we live by faith, not by sight." God has blessed all of us with each other, and even in the spring of that year, through distance learning, we were able to connect through Google Meets and the ongoing Google Chat Hangouts that took over our daily lives. Sorry, Miss Lerman. Even though we didn't know what things would look like at the end of 2020, we were able to encourage each other to finish the year and look back and smile at all the wonderful things that happened. 6th grade was the year we would learn to grow up, learn who we are, and begin our journey into junior high. Today we continue that journey. The first step toward our future is to leave the past behind. But we will always cling on to the people, never forget the memories, and cherish the never-ending joy that has filled these amazing years here at Victor Point. God has given us each other during these many great years we have had here at VP. Even as we look to the future of a new place with many new people, we can always trust Him to provide for us, just as He is here. With the help of my classmates, extraordinary guidance of my teachers, and people God has put in my life, I'm learning to live by faith, not by sight, just as we had to do when that tragedy struck our lives that year. And that's why, because of the love and support of these people, we can look back on 6th grade and smile and not cry.
Seventh grade was the year of first, and most of my favorite memories from 7th grade came from our class being together again. One new experience was the track meet. This was the first time our class was all together since COVID had shut everything down in 6th grade, and was the first time that our grade had ever gone to a track meet. It was so strange to see everyone together again. It almost felt like I was meeting them for the first time. By the end of the day, all of our horses were lost because our class had cheered so hard, and the train paid off because we were successful in most of our events. Even though we were only with each other for a few hours, it was so nice to catch up with everyone. Though the track meet was fun, our Messy Olympics as a class was even better. This was the first time our grade had ever experienced Messy Olympics. To say it was great would be an understatement. We were so excited to see our whole class smiling, laughing, and just enjoying life, even though we were drenched and disgusting. Although our whole class was whole again for a short period of time, but in the school year, we really made the most of it. I know that I am leaving Victor Point with many memories and even more friends. Departing the school is ending this chapter of my life and helping me start new one with greater life skills that I will need for high school. I appreciate all the teachers and admins that have helped me grow into the person I am today and helped improve my confidence. Lastly, thank you to all my fellow classmates that I've grown up with over the years who have helped me through many hardships and given me so many memories to cherish. I hope we cross paths once again in the future.
My time at Victor Point was exciting and it pushed me to be the best I could be. The last 9 years have helped me prepare me for high school. My 7th grade year was mostly spent online. We logged into classes each day. While this was not as fun as being at school with friends, we made it though. I would like to thank all the teachers for teaching me and helping me through school. I'm looking forward to high school and what lies in my future.
We finally made it here, our 8th grade graduation. All of our hard work for the younger years has finally paid off. This school year has shown me, and all of us, to work our hardest and be the best that we can possibly be. I have learned a lot about time commitment and self-management throughout these past months. Christopher Columbus once stated, "You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore." This year has been an excellent year to put this goal into perspective and come out of our comfort zones and expand on our personalities and mindsets. Throughout our Victor Point time, we've made many memories that have brought our class closer together. One of my favorite memories during trying to sound like an elegant choir, but actually sounded like a band of croaking frogs hitting all the possible sharp and flat notes. But none of us cared, it was all part of the fun. There was also an hour-long court case of yelling and talking over each other about who sprayed fart spray on the bus. The boys thought it was Peyton, and the girls thought it was Cy. It really wasn't anyone, it was a great way to pass the boring bus ride. If I could predict the future, I would say that the majority of the boys will become professional judges or lawyers, and the girls, well, we know Peyton will be serving time for her crimes, Chloe too. Overall, it was a great way to bond and have fun together. If there's anything I take away from this year, it would be to enjoy the little moments in life, because someday we'll look back and realize that they were important to us. Thank you to all the people who helped bring out the best in me, specifically my classmates, friends, and family.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, said by Leo Tzu. That's what it feels like going into high school, knowing that we won't have the same support that we had here at Victor Point. The amazing teachers and LRC assistants shaped us into who we are today. Each year built upon each other all the way to 8th grade. Now we are ready to take the next step to a bigger school, with more students, more teachers, and more responsibility. I've enjoyed many great times here, but the best memory is going to the beach. We went to tide pools and looked at animals that we don't get to see every single day. Then we went on a boat and crabbing and learned a lot about the sea. After that, we went to the aquarium and looked at different animals, like sharks, seals, starfish, and jellyfish. The best part of the day was our time on the beach. We roasted hot dogs, had s'mores, and played games. This is my favorite memory of 8th grade. We all have our favorite memories here at Victor Point. Sometimes you will never know the true value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Our class would like to give a final thank you to our parents and teachers. They are constantly pushing us to be our best selves no matter the situation. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. And I want to say I'm so sorry I can't be there in person. That's the one day I look forward to probably the most out of the whole year, is to watch you guys finish your course. But yep, that's the way life goes sometimes. And I want to go down memory lane, and I was thinking about the years I've been at Victor Point. You guys were some of the first wee ones that I saw coming into kindergarten, and watch you guys grow and mature. And I have to say how very, very proud I am of you. Oftentimes I look over at you 8th graders and think, man, it just seems like yesterday that little two-head was walking down the hall, or cute little smile, and it turned into fine young men and women that have really done an amazing, amazing job. And you've weathered some huge storms and made it through the other side. You were with me in 6th grade before COVID cut it short. And you guys came back to us roaring. And man, I've never, ever doubted when we've done projects or tests, and you guys set the bar every single time. And you guys are so responsible. I'd like to take some credit for it, but I have to say you guys are the ones that get all the respect. And I want to just say that you guys are absolutely amazing. You'll do great in high school. Absolutely awesome. And good success, and wish you all the best.
I'm Megan Linderman, and I am the 8th grade teacher here, and it's become kind of a tradition that I choose a word to describe the class, and they try to get it out of me. No, it's not Dream Team. I will talk about that later, but you'll see that that is kind of a common theme within them. The word that I chose for this class is inquisitive, eager for knowledge, curious. They always ask me, why does it matter? How does it connect? They never just settle for just learning it. They want to know why. How does it go with the next thing? So it keeps me on my toes. One thing that they were really inquisitive about this year was one of the jobs that 8th graders do is they do flags. So they put them up every morning, they take them down. And they did it with a thankful heart, but then they were like, why do we salute the flag? Why do we put up the flag? Why do we fold the flag? We do. And so we did a study based on what they wanted to know. And it was actually quite interesting. And then at the very, probably 2 weeks ago, they pushed me and they're like, can we please sing the national anthem? We didn't have choir this year, can you please teach it to us? And to be honest, I didn't think they could do it as well as they did. But on Friday, sorry guys, on Friday, I gave them the music. We didn't have school that Monday. We came to school on Tuesday. I said, let's learn a third of the song. 40 minutes later, they had the whole song down. And 2 hours later, they wanted to sing it at the assembly. And I was like, yeah, right. And they did it. And they rocked it. And then we kept singing and practicing. And then we came out here and just the echoing in here, it made it sound so much bigger. But it was a lot of fun. So they pushed me, they keep me on my toes. Sorry for doubting you, but you did really good. And with being inquisitive and pushing themselves, there is a lot of high honors and honors in this class. So I'm going to go through those next. And as I told the graduates, when I call your name, we'll just stand to be recognized for high honors. So high honors is for 7th and 8th grade years combined for their GPA. And they have a 3.5 to a 4.0 for cumulative 7th and 8th grade. For this class, we have Tori Clay, Maggie Davison, Talon Detweiler, Addie Fergus, Chloe Gehring, Seth McKenzie, Nash Mosier, Madeline Knighty, Brooklyn Schurter, Peyton Taylor, and Ariana Zollinger. In addition to high honors, we have honor roll as well, which is a 3.0 to a 3.49. We have Preston Kinsey, Haley Kinsey, Wyatt Metzger, Kylie Puente, and Marissa Shecker. And as you noticed, we had a lot of salutatorian and valedictorians in this class. So if I could have the valedictorians join me on stage. They did not earn any B's their 7th and 8th grade year, and maybe their 6th, but I didn't look. So we have Tori Clay, Maggie Davison, Peyton Peyton Taylor, sorry, and Chloe Gehring. And our salutatorians, we have Nash Mosier and Madeline Knighty. The last award I have is an award that is voted on by the class, and that is the Citizenship Award. So we talked about what it meant to be a good citizen, the characteristics of citizenship. Some things that the class came up with were respectful, helpful, considerate, putting others first, they listen, they have integrity, and really any of them could have received this award. They've talked about the dream team. I called Mrs. Phillips to get some kindergarten pictures from her, and she goes, oh, who's in the class? And I started naming them off. She goes, oh, the dream team. And I was like, okay, hadn't heard it yet. And then I was talking with Karen, the bus driver, and she goes, oh, that 8th grade class, they're such the dream. I was like, what? Everyone's calling them the dream team. She said they were just this bunch of chatterboxes, and they never got in trouble, but they were always there for each other, and they were just a lot of fun. And then I was talking to our hall monitor, Wayne, and Wayne's like, oh, they're a dream class. They're always so considerate. considerate and helpful, and they're writing me cards, and I'm just here for a couple weeks. And it just kept coming up, and then we wrote our speeches, and then they started calling themselves the Dream Team. I was like, is this a thing? Like, yeah, we've always been called the Dream Team. And then they had shirts made today, and it says, the Dream Team. And then Mr. McCarty's like, what's up with the Dream Team? So it kept coming up, but I think a lot of it has to do with their being respectful, but also their love for learning, and just a really easy class to have. So congratulations on that. With the Citizenship Award, what the class voted for, and I'll have that person join me on stage. This year's Citizenship Award goes to Marissa Shecker. This time would I have Mr. McCarty join me on stage for the presentation of diplomas. Graduates, would you please rise? Talon Lauren Detweiler. Victoria Grace Clay. Marissa Joy Shecker. Sahaley Violet Kinsey. Adeline Michelle Kinsey. Madeline Ann Knighty. Sutton James Kinsey. Michael Clean Montgomery. Preston James Kinsey. Addison Paige Fergus. Kaylee Ray Ann Sullivan. Brooklyn Kate Schurter. Ariana Elise Zollinger. Ryan Curtis Boswell. Kenzie Brianne Menducci. Peyton Avery Taylor. Chloe Ann Gehring. Wyatt Wayne Metzger. Maggie Anna Davison. Nash Samuel Mosier. Mikhaili Ray Puente.
If I could have the dream team stand. It has been an honor to be the principal of this group. My first year was their first grade year, and they really are the dream team. It's been an honor and a privilege. I don't know, a couple times tonight got a little choked up. Gonna miss this group a ton. We love them, we appreciate them. Our staff at Victor Point couldn't be more proud. I know our parents and community are proud each and every day of them. They have a lot of amazing things ahead of them, but we're so proud of what they left us here. A legacy of leadership, of honor, what they do every single day to set the bar for our school. We couldn't be more proud of them. I can't wait to celebrate with them here in a few minutes. I'd like to invite all the community and parents to join us in our celebration. Our crew's going to come up out in front, and we can all celebrate together as a community tonight. But this group earns it. I'd like to present to you the 2022 class, graduating class of Victor Point School.